Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Today we're going to make an arrangement for a birthday, and we've got lots of bold, beautiful colors, so I'm excited about this pretty arrangement. We're starting out with a glass vase that we have filled with fresh water and added a little bit of fresh flower food to, and we're going to add a little bit of leather leaf. I have my floral knife.
Okay.
I'm going to take my knife and cut that stem of greenery at an angle and drop it right down into that vase. And I'm going to go all the way around this vase with that greenery. And I'm going to use about 6 stems of leather leaf, give or take. All right, there is our leather. So I've got leather leaf all the way around. I have some extra here for if in case. Next, we're going to use some palm. This is just a pretty palm branch. I'm going to take and remove a few of the fronds off the bottom, cut that stem at an angle, and tuck him in. Now look at how feathery and pretty that little branch is. It's so pretty. I'm going to take a second stem and tuck it in. I just like the way this gives it a little bit of a feathery effect. Now last, I am going to put some tea leaves in this arrangement, but I'm going to wait until the end of the arrangement. The next thing we're going to add, I do have some seeded eucalyptus too that I'll wait on. The next thing we're going to add is we're going to start with our flowers. So we've got some beautiful flowers to work with today. We've got some blue delphinium and some fuchsia colored stock. We're going to add these two first. So we're going to take a stem of my blue delphinium. I'm going to hold it up to about where I want it. I want it to be as long as possible. So I'm going to cut very little off that stem and tuck him right in the center of this greenery. Now, he may not stand up right at first, and that's okay, because I can adjust all my other flowers to get him to stand up right. Now next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my second stem of delphinium, and I am going to hold him down to about the length that I want him. So he's actually, he's hanging off the edge of my counter over here. So I want him about there, so I'm going to take and cut about that much off the stem. Now when you're cutting the stem, you do want to be very careful not to cut too much off the stem. You would rather cut too little than too much. So there's our 2 stems of delphinium. Next, we're going to come in with our fuchsia colored stock. Now stock has a beautiful fragrance, and it comes in lots of colors. It comes in this pretty fuchsia color. It comes in a peach and a soft butter yellow. It comes in lavenders and purples, but lots of pretty colors. So I'm going to take my stock. I tucked one kind of in the center of my 2 delphinium, and then one to the side. And then I'm going to take my 3rd stem and I'm going to tuck him to the opposite side. Just using my floral knife, I'm cutting those stems kind of at an angle. Next, we're going to come in with some solidago. So yellow solidago is just a filler flower, but it's going to help me keep all my flowers standing up straight. So I'm going to take that solidago and I'm going to put one back here in the back. So cut that stem at an angle and tuck him right in. Now you can see how just that one stem is starting to fill up the arrangement. I'm going to tuck one over here. And I have one more stem that I'm going to tuck right down there, kind of in the front. Okay, there's our solidago. Next, we have some really pretty bright orange Gerbera daisies. So these are just happy orange Gerberas. I'm going to take them. So they just came in, and when our Gerberas come in, they come in like a little net, a little netting that holds all of those petals tightly together. So I try to kind of lay those petals down very softly. Now they also come in with this green straw, and what that does is help keep that little head standing up. I removed that straw. I'm going to turn my arrangement around. He's going to go here at the bottom. He's my largest bloom. So I'm going to take him and tuck him kind of right there as a focal, okay? So I'm going to turn that around really quickly. Cut that stem at an angle, and then I'm going to nestle him right there in the front. So this is florist wire. It's a 21 gauge wire. Now his little neck is, see, it's a little bit soft, a little bit limp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that wire and press it right into that disc on the back of that stem or that flower, and I am going to wrap that wire right around the stem. It's just going to give that gerbera a little bit of support. I'm going to take these petals and I'm just kind of slightly laying those down so they'll open right up for us. Now I think he is going to go kind of right here above the bottom one. So I'm just kind of stair-stepping it up. I'm going to cut that stem at an angle, and I am going to nestle him right down into that arrangement. And sometimes you have to rearrange your flowers if they don't look quite right. So there is that gerbera there. So I have a third gerbera, and I almost think he may go here, kind of down to the side over here. So I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to press it in that little disc on the back, and I'm going to wrap it right around that stem. And then I think he is going to go right there. So just kind of look at it, hold him where you want him, cut that stem at an angle, and then tuck him in. Now, if you find that he does not have enough stem cut off, go ahead and remove that stem. You know, cut it off a little more. It's completely okay. You can't mess this up. But you do want to make sure that you cut off less than you think you might need to. Okay, so there's our gerberas. Next, we're gonna come in with some fun. This is called straw flower. If you'll listen, it almost sounds like they're made out of straw, but they grow this way and they are so pretty and so much fun. The best part about straw flower is that you can cut these little heads off the stem. The stem will not dry very well, but the heads dry perfectly. And so you can take those and wire those right into an arrangement. You can use them as dried materials. So I'm going to take my straw flower, and I think I'm going to come up above and to the same side that I put the gerbera. So I'm going to put one tall here and then one staggered down here. So I'm going to take my first stem. I think it's going to be these. They're smaller blooms. So I'm going to take that first stem, figure out kind of where I want to cut it, and nestle him right here above the gerbs. And then his friend, we're going to come right about there. So you're just gonna look at the arrangement and kind of hold it up and see where you want it, cut it, and move it around. If it doesn't work there, it's okay. You can put it somewhere else. All right, so there's our straw flower. Next, we're gonna come in with these beautiful shimmer peach roses. So, I don't know if you knew it, but the color of the year is called peach fuzz. So, peach tones are very much the color this year. And so, I'm loving the shimmer roses. I am going to take each of these stems and I'm going to wire their heads. So, I'm taking that flower and I'm going to remove those thorns with my floral knife. I'm going to take, this is about 1/3 of a piece of 21 gauge wire, and the little swollen part underneath the rose is called the calyx. So I'm going to press that right into the calyx, and I'm going to twist that wire just around that stem. Now really all this wire does is it guarantees that little head is going to stand up. Now where are we going to put these pretty peach roses? So I think we're going to put them a little higher in this arrangement. We're going to put them like here and here. We're going to just stagger down. So I'm going to hold one up. I'm going to trim that stem. I'm going to tuck him there, and then I'm going to step down. And I'm going to tuck him there. I'm going to turn it around. I don't know. Now you can always pull it out, give it another cut, trim it down, and tuck it in. All right, there's our roses. And then lastly, our last floral stem that we're going to add are these beautiful peach colored hypericum berries. So I'm going to take and strip that foliage off of those berries. Take my floral knife, and I am just going to tuck those right into this arrangement. And I'm really going to tuck them here and there. Kind of a beautiful peachy coral color. All right, to finish off the arrangement, we're going to add a little bit of eucalyptus. This is a seeded eucalyptus. So I'm going to nestle it right down here at the base of the arrangement, just kind of right here to ring around that the bottom of those flowers. Just taking my floral knife and cutting that stem. Just pushing that eucalyptus right in there. All right, so there's our eucalyptus, and then we're going to add these pretty tea leaves. Now, I had someone ask if I had done a tutorial. I did a arrangement that I posted on Saturday of a standing spray. I didn't do a video, but I did some leaves, like these tea leaves, and I did loops. And so I wanted to show you one of these. I'm going to leave tall. We're going to place it kind of in the back here to leave that color, that tall color. Just pop that pretty color back there. And then the second one we are going to roll. So I'm going to take that leaf, and I'm going to take the point, and I'm just going to roll it just like that. So it looks like a ribbon. I'm going to take a wire, and I'm just holding the tip of that leaf right up against that stem. I'm taking a piece of wire, and I'm just wrapping it right around to hold that leaf in place, just like that. So there's a loop. Very, very simple, very easy to do. I'm going to take that leaf, cut that stem at an angle, and then I'm going to nestle him right here below this gerbera. And sometimes you have to adjust your flowers to make them sit where you want them to, and that's okay. It's not hurting a thing to adjust them. And then there is your finished arrangement. Now, the flowers that we used here include blue delphinium as a line flower and a fuchsia stock. Both kind of a line flower, give you some height and some length in the arrangement. We used orange gerbera daisies, kind of an orange colored, those are called straw flowers. Some yellow solidago as our filler, some peach colored hypericum berries, and peach shimmer roses. The greenery include leather leaf, a little bit of seeded eucalyptus. I love that purpley color on the seeds because it kind of pulls some of the color. We used a palm and then a little bit of a tea leaf to give us some height and just some shape, which is fun. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me this afternoon. If you have any questions about how we made this arrangement, please don't hesitate to ask. You can ask here, right up underneath the video. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It just helps people to see us. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, we would love for you to do that. Hit that subscribe button right down below. Guys, we will be back soon with a new video, so be sure to check us out. Thank you.